Simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology. Every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m., caring and supporting for our community. Car buying simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Why call Two Men in a Truck of the Treasure Coast? You want to move your business without moving a single meeting? You want it handled with no fuss. Lots of stuff, no time to move it? You need the pros that care. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck of the Treasure Coast. Family owned and operated franchise. Call 772-236-0827. 772-236-0827. Movers who care. Visit Two Men in a Truck, treasurecoast.com.
Expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL, but I'm going to tell you something. We've encouraged you all along to like and share this show on social media and with all your friends and neighbors, because it's time for the science of caring, the quantum science of caring, by the way. It's Careology, presented by CareBag and hosted by the one and only Roxy Brown.
Everybody, good evening, silence for the 4 people that were brutally murdered in Nashville. And again, we're talking about it. It seems like every month, excuse me, it seems like every month we're talking about it. Something is going on and my heart bleeds again. And I'm just sick and tired of talking about it, but we have to, because these were 2 innocent young children and 2 adults that went to work looking after our children and were just gunned down. And our hearts and our prayers go out to just all of us, but especially the family and those that have been going through this, their loved ones, their family, their friends. Our prayers and our hearts are with you. And I never thought I'd be saying this so close to the last one I said, but apparently we are. So we have Cliff with us, and we have been trying out new technology, and it didn't work with me today. So I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Hopefully next week we can do this. I still have a little cough, so I want to stay as far away from Cliff as possible. So I'm in my home, live from our studio, and we talked about it. Thank God for technology, because we're able to do this, and our clarity, everything is so clear, and I am loving this. And just thanking everyone to, just bear with us as we go through this. I hope everyone can hear me nice and clear. We want to go through a few things that CareBag is going through, and welcome to everyone. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Roxy. I am your host here on Careology. And Careology is a subsidiary of CareBag, and we do one thing and we do it well. We provide proper hygiene to the families that are in need. Through our mobile shower unit, through our mobile hygiene pantry, we go ahead and we believe everyone should have access to hygiene. And we're just so, so happy to do that. And we just want to thank the community for their support, everyone that has supported us with everything that we've done. And we're making strides in the community, and we're happy about that. And because we're making strides, April 15th, we are having a high tea fundraiser. Men and women are invited. We're having a young people's fashion show. Our tickets are on sale. So please go to givecarebag.com and you can find out all about our events that we're having. And we're still looking for sponsors for our fundraiser. So if you'd like to come in, and if you come in as a fundraiser, me and you are going to talk on Careology, because I just love people that support us. And if you have a business, I want to support you and I want to pour out the love. And it's just what we do, and what we do is important. There's so many families that depend on what we do. And if you're new to us, CareBack covers the Treasure Coast, so that we go from the Treasure Coast and we go as far as Boca down in West Palm Beach. And we just serve from 0 to 100 and plus. So that's everyone. And we say it, sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself so much, but I do it just in case we have somebody new. Government assistance does provide food. They do not provide the basic hygiene essentials that you need every day. And that is what we do. So if you would like to support us, if you'd like to make a donation to us, please do. Or if you'd like to be part of any event that we have, please go to our website. All our information is there. If you'd like to go and call us, our number is 772-222-7399. Or you can go to 211 and ask for CareBack. All our information is there. And we're on social media. We stream live to social media from WPSL. And Jet, you are absolutely correct. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families who've lost loved ones in Nashville shooting. We need to continue to pressure our lawmakers to finally enact meaningful change. And I love how Jet has said that. We're not trying to take away your guns. Nobody's trying to take away your guns. Me, for one, don't want anybody taking away mine. But this is what we do want. We want we want change that is responsible. And that is a whole nother show. So we're not going to get into that show because that's a whole nother show right there. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is body positive messages. And I remember a long time ago, as an African American woman growing up in New York, every magazine down in New York, in the city, at Times Square, the only thing we saw was Caucasian women, blonde, long hair, a size 1 or 2, makeup galore. And that was the pinnacle of what our country thought was beautiful. And if you notice, I use the word thought was beautiful because everyone is beautiful. And that's the image that we grew up. If you didn't have straight hair, blonde hair, a size 38, 22, 36 figure, and you were walking down Victoria's Secret, and that's all that you looked, that was the body you needed to have. And that played a lot. We've had people that have gone through, eating disorders because they wanted to be like that. You have people who are what we call big bone, heavy, thick thighs. We're getting surgeries to shave off what they can, straighten their nose, bleach their skin, because they thought that that was the body image of what was right and what was supposed to be how you were supposed to look. And I'm here to tell you that is not how you're supposed to look. You're supposed to look how you look. You're supposed to be beautiful within your skin. And what we want to talk about, I named my program tonight, Everybody is a Beach Body. And everybody is a beach bikini body. So I'm just going to put it out there. You are never going to see Roxy in a bikini. So if anybody's wondering, no, that's not going to happen. That's not me. It's just not going to happen. So what we want to do is we want to talk about the body positive images, like those we see everywhere it used to be in magazines, it used to be on TV ads, but now we have something that has taken over, and it is social media, and that has become a toxic mirror to body images. And for those that are on our social media, if you have any questions that you want to go ahead and give me, please go right ahead and give me. I'll be happy to. I am not in the studio, so we will not be opening our phone lines at the moment because we want everyone to hear, and we want to go ahead and do that. And I can see Cliff. I just want to make sure Cliff can hear me properly.
Oh, I can hear you great, and so can everybody else. Isn't that neat?
Wonderful. And I know Jet is hearing me because I see him on. It is so good to see you, sweetheart. So we want to start out with, as long as I could remember growing up, we had movies, we had magazines, television, and it damaged the image of what a body image was supposed to look like. It enforced the idea, we were enforced and we were entrenched with all these images, and it made us think thin, 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 thin. So I used to be thin. And right now, as long as I am healthy, so before I begin, I'm going to say this. I am not talking about you need to be, in order for you to be thin, you could be healthy. There are many thin people who are at their unhealthiest. They're just at their unhealthiest. You have people who starve. You have people who don't eat right. You have people that eat just junk and they are just unhealthy. I'm not talking about the people who sweat, go to the gym. They want to have that physique. They want to have that certain weight. Nothing is wrong with that. What we are talking about right now on this platform is that whatever skin you're in, and when you are at your healthiest, nothing's wrong with that body. I have talked to a young lady during the week while I was getting ready for this show, and she used to do body lifting, and she used to do modeling. And she said, "You know what, Roxy? My most unhappy moment was when I was at my thinnest." She said, "Because I was counting calories, I had to go to the gym, I had to wake up, I had to walk, I had to." And she said she was unhappy. And I was like, wow, I should be at my happiest because I don't get to do all of that. I'd love to work out. I'd love to go to, I used to love to go to the gym. I used to love to work out. I used to love to do all of that. But where do you reach to the point where you're working so hard at something that you forget how to be happy? All of us want to have that perfect physique. And I just want to make something clear. I'm not talking about just women. So I'm going to jump ahead because I wanted to hit that last, but I think it's imperative I talk about that now. Male grooming is now a multi-million-dollar worldwide industry. Men are so concerned about how they look right now. They're just as concerned as women, sometimes even more. Men are getting surgically pecs put into their body. Men are getting biceps put into their body so they can have that six-pack look because they're working at it, they can't get it, and that's the only way they can get it. So I'm going to give my opinion and my opinion only. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. I do. I think that's absolutely, if you can't work and get the pecs and the arms that you want, maybe your body just wasn't meant to it. Imagine putting something foreign into your body just because you want to look a certain way. I think that is, whoa, what is going on? God has made us in his image, and he wants us to look a certain way. He wants us to be healthy. He wants us to, we should be taking care of ourselves. We should be eating right. We should be wanting to know that how our body is, it is the healthiest as possible. But when you start to do those things and start to implant and put things in, women have been getting breast implants for years, and then they bust, then they have to get they have to go and get reconstruction surgery, and it's horrifying for some. So I'm just going to tell you Roxy's little thing here. I sometimes binge watch a show called Botched. It is about two surgeons in California, Beverly Hills, California, that have a plastic surgery business. And they're supposed to be the best in the world because people flock all over the world to them. And what they do, they fix the botched cosmetic surgeries that other surgeons have done. And the reason why I have sometimes binge watched that show, it shows you the extreme nature of some of the individuals on what they have done to their bodies, and they want it fixed. Some want it redone. Some come in to get surgery done, and the doctors have actually refused them because they said it is actually unethical to do it. So, how do we do this? Jet here is making a point online, and he said physical appearance can sometimes indicate, it indicates but does not prove health. And you're absolutely right. You see people and they look absolutely fantastic. If you see somebody overweight and obese, the first thing you're going to say, oh, that's not good for them. Oh, they're hard and this and that. But I'm going to stop you. We're not doctors. How do you know this person that you may think is obese? How do you know they have a problem with their heart? How do you know they have a high cholesterol problem? We who are looking on the outside, we do not know their physical attributes. They can have an overactive gland, they can have something that just makes them heavy. They can be heavy and they can be fit better than you. And we see someone and we judge them immediately when we see them. And watching this show, there was this one guy that came in and he wanted implants, surgical implants in his legs so he can have big thighs. He wanted surgical implants in his chest so he can have a six pack, in his arms so he can have biceps, and his nose this. And they showed a picture of him, his original picture. And I think if his mother passed him, then his mother wouldn't have known him. That's how much he actually changed and from what he was doing. And it made me just wonder, everybody is a beautiful body. Everybody is a bikini body. You have to love the skin that you're in. And I think when we don't do that, that's where we go ahead and we think, we have to prove something. And now all of a sudden our nation is on a positivity movement. And, we're trying to uplift and try to be helpful with everything that we do. And a lot of people are calling it, trying to move from the toxic movement, and suggesting it may be time for us to start thinking our own way. But when I read that statement, I said to myself, you can't think your own way because you are just bombarded with people every single day. People, you go to the grocery store, you look at the mannequins. Now they're starting to have some mannequins that are different sizes. So we have the one company that has led the bandwagon for positive imaging is Dove. Dove started coming out a couple of years ago with commercials about their soap. And when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, what is going on? They had women size 2, 4, 7, 10, 14, 22, 28, 32. They had women of all complexions. They had women of all sizes, and they were selling soap. And I said to myself, I love marketing. And I said to myself, whoever did that is a genius because we all need to bathe. We all use soap. They're letting you know that whoever you are, we see you, we appreciate you, we want you to use our product, and our product is for everybody. And it's called soap, Dove soap. And when they started that movement, it started triggering. Then Victoria's Secrets did it. Victoria's Secret started using voluptuous women on the bigger side and had them down the catwalk. And they started getting a lot of attention because that's the average woman that you see. Most women that you see going down the Walmart, the Publix aisle, going through the grocery store, getting in their car, going through different stores or different mall, you don't see one set of a woman or man. You see a different woman shaped differently. There's no one woman, there's no one man that is basically shaped the same. And different shapes, different sizes. And a lot of businesses started realizing that. And then all of a sudden, we have this boom that came through our social media. And then it started with the contouring of the face. Your makeup had to be a different way. Your eyebrows had to be arched perfectly. I have never seen anyone with naturally arched eyebrows. So when I see that and it's arched so perfectly, to me, it looks unnatural. Some other people at Roxy, I don't agree with you. This is not your show. This is my show. I don't think it looks that natural. Nothing's wrong with having your makeup done, your face contoured. But when do you reach the part that you don't look natural anymore? It's called body image. And that, for decades, we've been seeing that. And over 100 years, women have been fighting this. Now, like I said, we have men fighting this. And I want to share something with you, and it's something that's going to blow your mind. But what I'm going to do is ask Cliff to go ahead, and we're going to take a commercial break. And because without our sponsors and without the people that support us, Careology and CareBack couldn't do what we're doing. And we want to go ahead and give them what I would say is their props. So we will be right back after this message from our sponsors. Thanks, Cliff.
You're listening to Careology, the science of caring, with Roxy Brown. We're going to be right back in about 90 seconds or so. Stand by.
Thinking of building your next home or renovating? Come see us at Grozer Builders. We will create a home suited for your lifestyle. With years of experience means we give you a complete professional service from a dream to a concept. You will get the best results, best value, best quality is what you get from Grozer Builders. Visit us at grozerbuilders.com. You deserve better. You deserve Grozer.
Elite Electric Plumbing and Air. They are always here for you. 24/7 live answer, never talk to a machine. Same day service, fast turnaround.
Hi, this is Roxy. I use Elite Electric Plumbing and Air, and I will go nowhere else.
Call 772-291-1332. Fast, efficient, and honest service. Call Elite Electric Plumbing and Air at 772-291-1332.
Create custom business signage that customers can't miss or resist. Let Design a Sign in Port St. Lucie help you get the job done right. Over 80 years combined experience. Get it right the first time. Call 772-337-4027 and tell them Roxy said to call. Remember, call 772-337-4020. Design a Sign in Port St. Lucie.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
We now return to Careology, presented by CareBag and hosted by Roxy Brown.
Hi, guys, and we are so happy to be back here on WPSL. And this is Careology, and I am your host, what do we call this, Cliff? What am I again? The Careologist.
Yes.
I am the Careologist. I can't even remember what I call myself. So this is live radio, so anything can happen. I love that. And we just want to say, I have a young lady that's going to be helping us. She helped me with my Elite Electric ad. Her name is Asia, and I think she did a fabulous job. You're going to be hearing really her voice. You like her voice, Cliff? It was just right.
Yeah, I was wondering, who was that?
Yeah, we have a lot of things going on here, and we're encouraging young people. We're encouraging young people. This is a platform for our community, and our young people are our future. And if we can get them in, and we can get you just promote what you're doing, and have you talk to me and tell me if you're interested in media and in radio, come and talk to us. We have a platform. Carolyn, Greg and Cliff would love to see you. Come on in and just go ahead and just hear everything we're doing. So I'm going to get back to the conversation and what we were talking about. So we're talking about the perfect body. And I did some notes. I did some research because I want to make sure that what I'm doing and what I'm telling you is I'm not reckless with my information. I never want to be reckless. And what I want to say is negative body image is more than just disliking the way your body looks. Its outcomes can affect you deliberately. And a lot of research that they have done says when you have a bad body image, that means your self-esteem has hit the lowest it can go. Body image is one of the main causes of mental health and I've been talking about this over and over and over again. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect anybody to love you? A friend of mine that I was talking to, she said, you know what, Roxy, right now I'm on pause. And I said, you're on pause? Because she said, you love to use that word pause. And I'm on pause. I said, what do you mean? She said, I'm on pause looking for anyone. She said, I'm on pause to worry about me. She said, I'm not worried about, because she's a big, voluptuous girl. And she said, I am loving me. She said, I can't look for a man and worry about me losing weight and going on all these yo-yo diets, dieting here. She said by the age of 11, 12, she was on diet pills. because she wanted to have that body that she saw on the magazines and on TV and on ads. She said, I am at a pause in my life that whoever is going to find me finds me at my best. And my best is not my best size, it is my best mind. And when she said that, I was like, whoa, we're doing a show on bikini bodies. That's how the show came about. And I love that. She said, finding me is not finding my perfect size, it's finding my best mind. So when whoever finds me, they're going to find somebody whole, just like a circle, full circle, whole. And you're going to love me for me because when I go anywhere and I step into a room, I'm loving me. You can see some people that are a size 2, 3, and 4 and step into a room, shoulders are slunched, they're bent over, their problems are just weighing them down, or they can be just average looking. And you see somebody come in that has confidence, it doesn't matter what size they are. You engulf the room. You walk into that room and people are seeing you. They're seeing your confidence. They're seeing your beauty. They're not saying, oh, I can't talk to her. She's a size 20. She's a size 18. She's a size 16. I can't talk. Oh, she's fat. I can't. Oh, he's big. He got a big belly. Oh, he got big feet, big chin. I can't talk to them. We don't judge people like that. If you do, you're sick. You don't judge people like that. You judge people on their character. That confidence comes out. When I put on my clothes, I'm not like, oh, I wonder who's gonna like me at my size. Size, it's a number. It's a number. If you're gonna be worried about any number, let it be your credit score. Don't let it be the size on the back of your clothes. That's the number we need to be worried about. So, but I do digress because we got a show on that coming too. Don't worry about that. But men and women feel this. You know, a lot of men said that they have a lot of eating disorders just as women because they said that I remember the Calvin Klein commercials they used to do. I don't know if Cliff you can shake your head because I can see you. They used to have a man laying down on a carpet in his underwear and just the rippling pecs of his chest. Every man or the man sitting on the horse galloping through. Back in the day, we used to have Marlboro commercials. And there was also a man with a chin and curly hair and riding on a horse and trying to get where he's going. And he was just that perfect physique. And men tried to get to that. The same way doing my research, I didn't even realize how important it is for men. We have a cosmetics for men like we do for women now. Men are contouring. They want their face and their nose to look a certain way because of the images that they have. Any day I see my husband contouring, we got a problem. I'm just going to tell you that. Cliff is shaking his head. We have a problem. And as a society, we're just really, really suffering. You know, and it's not surprising that men feel that way because everywhere you look, you want them to be muscular, you want them to be lean, you want them to be young, you want them to be pretty, you know, you want them to have a full head of hair. I like a bald head. That's my preference. You know, you want everybody to be attractive. You know, nothing's wrong with being attractive, but when is the question you ask yourself, when is it going to be enough? You know, when is it going to be enough that summertime's coming and you can sit out, you can put on your swimsuit. I put on my swimsuit. I am not there to enjoy myself because the way you think I look. I'm there to enjoy myself because I want to enjoy myself. That's it. You know, and it comes back to so many shows that we've done about just loving yourself. And that's what this show basically is about. Whatever skin you're in, you need to love it. I saw this poster and it had women in white little mini dresses. And it started from size, it had on the dress, one had a 2. They had their size on their dress. So one had 2, one had 4, one had 6, one had 10, then one had 12, one had 14, one had 18, one had 32, one had like a 38, and they were all saying, we are all the same. We are all beautiful. We are all in our skin. We are a bikini body. Your bikini body is what you think it is. Now, we don't want you to say, oh, I'm obese. Roxy said, I'm in a bikini body. I'm okay. We want you to be healthy. But there's a point of being healthy and unhealthy in your skin. If you're eating right and you're exercising, but your weight is not where you want it to be, you go to your doctor, all your tests come back and your tests are good, and your doctor said, keep doing what you're doing, then you're in your right skin. We're not advocating bad health. We want your fruits, your vegetable, you're eating right, but you can't sit in a big plate and have your rice and your meat and your potatoes mound up like Kilimanjaro and sit down and go to sleep. Oh, I want a beach body. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I know Cliff is there laughing. What I'm saying is, you have to be to the point in your life that you're comfortable within your skin. That's what we're trying to talk about.
But I don't want to wax. I don't want to have to wax like some guys do.
Oh, Cliff is saying, I don't know if you guys on social media hear Cliff, let me know. Cliff said he doesn't want to wax. I'm with you on that one. That's a whole nother show right there. So we're not even going to do that. We're not going to talk about the waxing. But what we are going to talk about is being positive. And, like I said, as a ethnic minority woman, we had to deal with this for years, especially from the fashion and from the beauty industries, because, like I said, they portrayed what they thought was the most beautiful woman, and that's the ideal that they set, and that was the standard. But over time, the body positive movement, as we know it today, it has changed. It has changed. There is no longer that is the perfect body. It should be about that is the healthy body. It should be about that is the healthy bikini body. Are you healthy within yourself? Are you getting up? Are you getting enough rest? That is what we need to look for. We need to stop looking at that social media toxic mirror, because that toxic mirror that we're seeing on social media, a lot of it is frightening. They had this lady, and I don't call anyone ugly, but she had a unique look of her own. And when she finished contouring and when she finished doing her makeup, she actually looked like Beyonce. And I was looking at this and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like, oh, shoot. Cliff, I was like, shut up. Makeup makes a facade. There's some women that date men, and I've heard a comedian and I've heard other people say it. I'm not going to say which comedian. I heard a comedian say when he meets a woman, sometimes the first thing he wants to do is go to a pool party or go to a beach, because he said the makeup is going to come off. You cannot wear makeup in water. It's going to come off because makeup has been a facade that you don't even know who you're looking at anymore. When some men and women, because I have to say men and women, when some men and women take off that makeup, you're like, who are you? I have someone that told me they used to date someone and they said the woman used to go to bed with makeup on. And before he would try to wake up before her, and she'd already be up because she wasn't going to let him see her without makeup. And I remember him saying, I could never marry someone like that because I don't know how my kids are going to look. Because he's never really seen, the real person. We laugh now, but I kid you not. Careology tribe, there are some people who do not know how their partner really, really looks. There's some women who give childbirth and their makeup is on and their face is contoured to the T, because they don't want someone to know how they look. And we've gotten to that point that there's some women who cannot leave their house without makeup. There's some men that got to puff and put it on, and they got to put on their shoulder, their tight shirt. They got to do all of this, or they got to band up or whatever they have to do, because there's a persona of how they want to look and how they want the world to see them when they head outside. And to me, that's sad. To me, that I have some friends, Roxy, I'm not leaving my house without makeup. I said, then you are right. When does it get to the point where we love ourselves? We love how we look. We love how we are. and we're comfortable within our skin that we can.
Oh, it looks like we lost her video. There she is.
Worry about what we're doing. When does it get to the point that we can do that? And we have to go ahead and we have to let people, you know, I think when you're comfortable within yourself, you can go, people will see that. If you see someone that's struggling, you have to go ahead and help them. Because I think a self it's not a self-hate, but it's a self-loathing. There's something about yourself you haven't found your beauty in, and when you find your beauty within yourself, you would feel beautiful, you feel confident. If you can't come out the house without makeup, I'm gonna say it, since nobody wants to say it. Something's wrong with you. If you can't come out the house with a full contour face on that we can actually see who you are, something is wrong with you. I can get up, take a shower, splash some water on, put a little Vaseline on the lips, and I can go. Okay? Because I know my beauty. As nobody is more beautiful than me, because I love me. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you see, what you like, what you don't like. I love me. And when you look in the mirror, you should be saying the same thing to yourself. I love me. I love who I see. I love who I am. I'm a bikini beach body. Now, Roxy's not gonna put on a bikini and go to no beach. I just not gonna do that. Okay? I'm not gonna laugh at myself. And Cliff is shaking his head that he's not gonna do that either. Me and you are on the same page. But what I am gonna do is when I step into a room, I know my worth. I know I look good. I know I am happy within my skin. I know I am healthy and I'm at my best. And I do what I'm going to do to keep myself healthy, to keep myself going good. That's what I do for myself. And we want everybody to do that. That's why I really wanted to do this show. I wanted to take away that toxic image and mirror that you see all over social media. Young people are killing themselves because they can't seem to look like who they want to look like. We have this image of what somebody is, the perfect somebody. I see, I was watching this documentary, and a lot of women like to clench their waist and they wear all these, all the, oh my goodness, live radio, and I forgot the name of it, these corsets, and it squeezes in. And one doctor was saying some women wear it so much for so long and so tight that their rib cage starts to shift. Their organs start to move. And when that happens, your body, your rib cage was there to protect your organs, that you need to have X amount of space so they can function properly. And when you are wrapping yourself so tight and contouring that you can have that, you want that hourglass figure shape, you are basically hurting the intestines, your internal organs, by doing that. Why the hell would anybody do that? I don't know. Because you want that image to look a certain way. These are some of the toxic things that come about because you want to have that look. What is that look going to cost you? That's a question. What is that look going to cost you at the end of the day, that you would put your health at risk because you want to look like somebody on your social media site who probably is not even real? We're going to pause. We're going to have that moment of silence on live radio. Is that person even real? What they're doing? They're a couple years, it was just last year. I was reading something and I showed my husband this young lady. They showed her do this post on contouring and how she's beautiful and put on all these clothes. And within 3 to 4 hours, she committed suicide. So everything she was doing was a facade. It wasn't real. I think what happens is we don't know. Some of us spend so much time looking at what other beauty is. I'm not talking about finding beauty tips. I'm not finding ways to dress nice. I'm not talking about, oh, if I put this together, I'm going to look a certain way. Or, oh, if I do my hair. There's some people that are just so fascinated about how other people look. They want to look like that. You see what I'm saying? Until they look so disfigured, you have to say, who were they? So I know some people are going to say, oh my God, Roxy, I can't believe you said that. I grew up loving Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson music. I just grew up loving him. At the end of his career, I didn't care to listen to him anymore. And it wasn't because of his life or what may be in the news, it's because the person I grew up with looking at wasn't the person I saw at the end of the day. He disfigured himself so much trying to find that perfect beauty in his mind or whatever he was thinking of until he just looked, to me, in my opinion, he just looked disfigured. He could sing, he was talented, probably one of the greatest singers we'll ever have. His music and his words and how he could write music, how he could dance was phenomenal. Nobody greater. But then again, you look like a clown. You distorted yourself so much, and you had so many people that followed you. You had so many people that followed you. You started out looking like a black man and ended up looking like a ghost. You didn't look white. You ended up looking like a ghost because that's unnatural. When you start to change the composition of your skin type and the composition of your skin, you no longer look like someone else. You just don't look natural. Now you have to get that makeup to contour and to look a certain way because you want to look good. What happened about just working with what you got? You see what I'm saying? Working with what you got. If you say, you know what, boy, comb your hair. You know what? You can't comb your hair. My God, the wig industry in this country is a multi-trillion-dollar business. Not even billion, trillion. Buy a wig. You don't know how to do your hair, buy a wig. You don't know how to do makeup, find a good job that you can pay somebody to go ahead and come and do your face. There's so many things you can do, but so many people want to have that toxic mirror that they see on social media and all these media platforms that they're killing themselves. And when I use that word, I literally mean what I just said. They're actually killing themselves because they cannot look like the person they see looking at the screen at them. And the person that they see is not even real. I remember that I laughed. It happened maybe a year or maybe 2 years ago. One of the Kardashians, um, something got posted, and the family was in an uproar. To find out why the family was in an uproar, it wasn't the pitch, no makeup was done, the picture wasn't edited, the picture wasn't whatever they had to do, and the family was so upset that that picture got out. So that means nobody's supposed to be coming out their house looking a certain way, you know? And and I laughed. To me, I thought that was just hysterically funny that you are so obsessed about the persona. What about people looking at you and saying, wow, she's just like me. She wakes up in the morning and her hair is messy. Her teeth need to be brushed. She got to go to the dentist. She sits on the toilet the same way I do because there's only one way. You know, she puts on her pads one leg at a time. Her shirt must go over her head or button up. Let somebody know that you're real. Be real in who you are. And being real in who you are means loving the body that you're in. So that's why we dubbed this show Everybody Got a Bikini Body. Love what you're in, love the skin that you're in. It could only get better with time. And that's what we want people to know. And of course, I find this very funny. So while I do this show at home and when we're in the live studio, we have to have light. And light is a big part of, if I turn off this light, I'm in a room, I just have the light coming from my window. So it might be not enough light. But on social media, for bloggers and people doing everything, they have flattering light. They have strategic cameras, angles, living airbrush on their camera to make you look more attractive while you're talking on your camera. What you see, people, is what you get. Hair wasn't even properly combed. Gotta love the skin that you're in. I want you to listen to what I gotta say. I want you to hear what I gotta say, not about what I have on. If my makeup, I don't really wear makeup. But it's about loving who you are. Because there's gonna be one day where all of this comes to a crashing end. And what that means is that you no longer can do what you got to do, you know, and it's kind of deceitful, you know. Somebody's like, Roxy, why would you use that word? It's deceitful because what you portray and what you have on is not the real you. You want people to know who the real you is. And in order for somebody to know who the real you is, you can't have that facade. You gotta show your true self. You know, when you go into the operating room, all makeup is off. You know, all makeup is off. There will be no lights. There will be no cam. There is lights and there is camera, but you're out. It's for the surgeon to see where he's going and what he got to do. It's not for your beauty. And I want people to get to that position where you feel, men and women, that you feel that you are not pressured into your appearance, that whatever you're experiencing, whoever you're with, whoever sees you, how many people you have following you, or whatever you do, this is for a living, that when they see the natural you, they love the natural you for you. That's where we want to leave it. We just want to know people love the natural you for you. And a negative body image is more about disliking the way your body looks instead of somebody disliking you. People don't dislike you. You have to dislike yourself, and they're going to dislike what they see because you don't love yourself. I know that was a whole mouthful, and maybe it's confusing. When you love yourself, people will see that. When you dislike what you see, people could feel that energy and get that energy. And it's deliberate. You're giving it out deliberately. And men and women, body image issues are linked, like I said earlier, to so many things: low self esteem, low life satisfaction, a lack of confidence. And only thing, the person that I said I didn't like the way he turned out, he has a song that I love, The Man in the Mirror. And sometimes I say to myself, I wish he had taken a look into the mirror and really looked into the mirror and see what he was looking at. He might not have recognized himself. But, no pun intended on that. But when we look in the mirror and we see ourselves, we have to love ourselves. We have to know that every curve, any little pudge I have, any little muffin top, if you're exercising, you're doing what you got to do, and you look good, and you earn the look that way because you've put the work in. If you have a job that makes you sit down, you're more sediment, you're not moving a lot, but you love you, it's okay. If you a little roly poly, because we don't use the word, actually, heavy people like to use the word fat. If you're fat, you're fat. You got a bare belly, you got a little pudge, that's you. But if you are happy in yourself and loving you, that's the only thing that's important. That's what we want to put it down. At the end of the day, we really, really want to put it that way. You got to love yourself. It's not about your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend loving you. It's about you loving you at the end of the day. I want to be at my healthiest. Oh yeah, probably on the scale, they probably gonna say, Roxy, you know what? You're on the high end, your BMI is high, but I'm happy. Roxy is happy with where I'm at. But what I want to be is I want to be healthy. And if me being healthy takes off the weight, then that's what's got to happen. But I love me. And if I love me, being healthy is what I want to be. And if being healthy is what you want to be, and you happen to shed some of those pounds along the way, then that's good for you. But when you see somebody, that kills me. When you see somebody that's a little overweight, don't look at them and talk about, oh, they're gonna have a heart problem. They're gonna drop down soon. They have high cholesterol. You not their flipping doctor. You not taking their blood test or their blood pressure. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop throwing shade at people and talking. Let's worry about ourselves and worry about the happiness that we have within. Nothing irritates me more than someone looks at me, oh, you've gained weight. Why don't you mind your bloody business? How about you? How's your blood pressure? How's your cholesterol? Let's worry about you look good. Look at the smile on the face. How are you feeling inside? When we greet somebody, oh, you lost weight. Oh, you put on a little more, or you're thin. Oh, come on, let's look at that smile on their face. Let's ask, how are you doing? How is your children, your husband, your wife? Let's look at that. Let's greet and start worrying about each other. We talked about it the last week. Let's, as a people, start finding out how each other are doing, because we learned yesterday no day is promised to anyone, and you don't know what somebody is going through. Sometimes you just got to ask. I'm going to reach out to Cliff. How much time I got, Cliff?
Oh, we got just a few more minutes here. I bet you could probably get by about maybe 2 more, 3 more, something like that.
Okay, so I just wanted to say, if anybody had any questions on social media that you wanted to ask, please go ahead, because we're talking about that beach body. And we want to know one thing. If, I see a couple people on here, and like we said before, just because you're fit and trim does not mean that you have the perfect health and that you have the perfect body. I personally know someone, their size they're the right size, they look good, and they are going through so much on the physical health aspect. Has nothing to do with their weight, has nothing to do. They are just not well inside. So when you may see someone and, man, I wish I could be just like her. You don't know what that body's going through inside. You know, you have to watch out and you have to look. And that's something that we want to go ahead and show everybody. So we're bringing it. I just thank everybody for being with us. And we have a great show next week. We're going to have Miles on in the studio, and he's going to talk. He has something so funny to tell you guys. It's going to be amazing. Stay tuned. Bye-bye. Love you. Be what you can be. Bye, guys.